we've dialed that back since there's only one position, and I think that's a very important thing. So we're just going to invite the people running for board of directors, those 10 candidates to come. That way you guys have a fair chance of asking them everything and getting through that. And Vonda will actually moderate that too, so you'll get to hear from her as well. Any questions on that stuff? You know, when is the election? When does it start?
16th through the 18th.
So voting will start the 16th through the 18th. Just make sure you guys vote, okay? All right, so I'll turn this back over to Mark.
Vote for me. You know, something else is she's been on the finance committee for how long?
4 years.
For 4 years. And that is a great thing. If you want to be a treasurer, being on the finance committee is really good. So, yeah, we all know that she's the best person for that job. All right, next up we have Shelley with Citywide. Oh, no. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I am actually with Citywide Home Loans. I'm one of the branch managers there at Citywide Home Loans. I just want to take a minute out. I know we talk a lot about our programs, our products, things that we can do to help you out as a lead gen. But I want to take a minute just to introduce our team. We are actually growing. We grew again today. So I want to take a minute to introduce our newest loan officer, but also wanted to open us up so you guys know who we are, what we can do for you, and to start off with introducing and bringing up our group. So if I can get Gabby, Bev, Myra, Tony is actually in a signing appointment, George, and some of you may recognize her, may not. Shannon is our newest addition. Welcome, Shannon. Jerry is our co-partner as well, and Jerry occasionally will visit us. But what I want to share with you all is, you know, recently I was asked if we're a broker. We are not a broker. We are a direct lender. Our operations team is here in Las Vegas. We do same-day funding. In fact, our average in closing loans is within 23 days. So that is pretty fast. I've closed a few of our loans for you. We've closed a few of our loans for you in less than, I think 8 has been the fastest closing, which is by law the fastest that we can close. But outside of this, I want to know, you know, for where our teams are going to be housed in your offices. Our offices are actually licensed in every one of our offices. The Southwest is on its final destination for approval, thanks to Gabby. And so, starting from Summerlin, you'll see Bev and Tony in the Summerlin office, and then you'll come to Southwest, you'll see Gabby and George in that office, and then in Henderson, you're going to see Myra and Shannon. The tall guy in the back is Rick Marancio. Give a hand for Rick. He is the guy behind the scenes. All the marketing collateral that you see, any of the flyers, any of the, what else do you, open house flyers, you do all of our pop buys, all of the fun things for the leader luncheons. He's the guy behind the scenes. So usually the best way to get to him is through one of us. If you have any ideas, we can do custom marketing for you, as well as all of the co-branded marketing pieces that you see. And why we are here for you. It's not just because of the breakfast. For those of you who don't know, we do provide the breakfast every single Tuesday. And I promise you, I've asked for just bacon. But bacon, there are other people who also like some healthy things like fruit. So, but we do the coffee as well. I know the coffee started out in Summerlin. It was such a big hit. We brought it all to the other offices except for Green Valley, which provides the Keurig cups there. But outside of having great products, great pricing, you have this amazing team who is here to help you. Our mission this year was to grow your production by one more loan. And we really have, actually, with every single one of you that has worked with us, but I know that there are new agents who haven't used us. I would encourage you all to just give us a shot. I know you may have partners today that you're extremely loyal to. I'd open that up to just try something different and allow that opportunity to come to Citywide Home Loans, because we really are here for you, whether it's to help you close a deal, help you to market, help you to sit in an open house, help you to do some direct lending or direct marketing, or really to help you save some loans. That's what we're here for. So just wanted to take that minute. I know we've got the agent panel coming up. Do you guys have any questions for this beautiful entourage of ours? None? All right, happy Tuesday, everyone.
Who needs fruit when you have bacon? Bacon? All right. next up we have Janet has some things to say. Stuff from Janet.
Go Janet, go Janet.
Okay, good morning. So I was out of town last week. I was at the IOI conference, and not today, but maybe in September you'll hear more of the details of that. But have you ever been in a conference and you know the speaker has looked into your heart and is speaking directly to you? Well, that happened to me. Katie Lane was talking. She is known nationwide as a social media instructor. And she said, she was talking about Facebook, and she said, don't be a drive-by liker. You just go, like, and occasionally I'll go, heart. And I thought, she was speaking to me. And the piece of advice she gave was if you're gonna respond, make sure it's always at least 4 words. So more on that later. The one thing I want to talk about is the state convention, September 26th and 27th at the M. 2 days, breakfast, lunch, cocktail parties, guest speakers, panels, explode. There's also a special event if you are a Nevada leadership alumni or YPN. There's a networking event at Top Golf. Friday is the last day to register for half price. So $49 if you register by Friday. And if you go on an email that you got yesterday from Nevada Realtors, it tells you where to register and the discount code. The other thing I want to talk about, Summerlin Peeps will be meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 o'clock. Angel Park Golf Course. You're welcome to join us. Lively discussion, networking. We'll be buying the appetizer. You buy your own drink.
We playing golf?
No, we figured the golfers will all be gone by 4. That's why we're meeting in the clubhouse. No golf, too hot. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Awesome. All right. So you guys probably saw those flyers back there for RRG and probably wondering what it was. Well, we have somebody to explain what RRG is. Bedford Jackson, he's an agent out of our Summerlin office. He's up to talk about RRG.
Good day. How's everybody doing?
Great.
All right, good. So my name is Bedford Jackson, as you already heard. I am a member of the Risk Management Committee, and I'm actually the presiding chair. So I wanted to come out to you all and talk to you about education and advancing your businesses and reducing potential risks. So by a show of hands, how many of you are part of a committee at the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors? All right. How many of you are part of the Risk Management Committee? Awesome. All right, here's another question. How many of you know that here in Southern Nevada, we have our own designation called RRG? All right, so we are responsible for rolling this particular program out to the whole entire nation. So I have a video here that's going to explain what the Risk Management Committee is and what the RRG. Contact the Education Department to enroll yourself. Enjoy. Hello, I'm Bedford Jackson, your 2019 chair for the Risk Management Committee.
Hello, and I'm Stephanie Rodriguez, a member of the Risk Management Committee.
We are pleased to welcome you to Risk Management and invite you to share our experiences as we reduce risk in our businesses. We meet every second Thursday of the month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors.
Bedford, I have a question. What is the Risk Management Committee all about?
Good question, Stephanie. The short answer is, as a committee, we are responsible for reviewing, evaluating, and recommending programs, products, and services necessary to meet the needs of our members. Also, we're responsible for developing any additional classes while monitoring and evaluating all aspects of the RRG Society.
Wait, RRG Society. What is that? Can you tell us more?
Sure. The RRG designation and society was developed by the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors as a measure to teach our association about risky business and transactions and practices of realtors, brokers as well.
Wow, that's interesting. So, how does a broker or a realtor go about joining?
Another good question, Stephanie. The process involves education through our education department. In order to join the society, you have to earn the designation first. There are 42 credits total to earn the designation, and they're separated by curriculum type. Core curriculum involves Conquering Contracts 1, Understanding Offer and Acceptance Forms. Conquering Contracts 2, Understanding Basic Contract Law and Listing Agreements. And Conquering Contracts 3, Property Management Agreements and Landlord-Tenant Law.
That sounds interesting. What else is required?
In addition, there are 24 credit hours that must be earned. That's 8 electives that have topics that range from RESPA, real estate settlement procedures, managing broker risk, negotiations, managing ethical risk, including advertising and social media. The list goes on, and it's highly convenient. Our association has at least one class per month offered through education to make it easy.
So once all the education is completed, what happens next?
Well, we get to graduate the realtor and induct them into the RRG Society. Not only that, but we get to introduce them to the benefits. First, you have access to the best instructors on risk management, to include attorneys. You get a free annual update class, quarterly meetings, updates on current court cases from the division, newsletter, invite to our annual graduation luncheon, and a chance to be on the ground floor new designation, to include E&O insurance.
Amazing, and all of this is offered through our association?
Yes, and thank you for your interest. All you have to do is contact our education department. They can get you a schedule started and enrollment in your first class towards RRG.
Bedford, thank you for your time.
Thank you. See you soon. Awesome. So that is the 30,000-foot view of the Risk Management Committee and the RRG designation. So we meet the second Thursday of every month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. as you heard in the video. And every month we have a different class that can be taken to obtain the RRG designation. So our goal is to help all realtors reduce risk in their businesses, i.e. negotiation, advertising, and social media. If anybody's ever taken an RRG class before, that credit can be used no matter how far back it dates. But starting this year, if you don't contact the education department and tell them that you want to go after your RRG designation, that education will start to expire. So I strongly suggest that you contact them so that we can get you back on board on track to gain that designation. Are there any questions? Yes. Jack.
I've been an RRG graduate for, I can't even tell you how many years. Yep. But you mentioned a monthly newsletter. I've never received a newsletter.
All right, so we have information that comes from the division, and we will start that process. So we had to pick this program back up. Some of the pieces kind of fell apart on it. So what we've been doing is having a special meeting. So we'll do our Robert's Rules of Order, our first 30 minutes, and the second 30 minutes we'll bring in a special guest speaker, which will bring updated topics. To include next month, for September, we have Neil Schwartz coming in, which is a real estate commissioner, and we've been using our guest speakers to bring those updates. But you're right, we need to bring that back into play, the newsletter, and all.
Left off the list. It's not have one going.
We had not had one going. You're absolutely right. And in addition to that, we hadn't been doing our annual legal update class, So that is going to take place this year. It's already on the books, and one of our GOVR instructors is going to be heading that up. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I'm a member, and I love RRG. It's amazing information. The quarterly meeting, did you say that's September? Or what's going on in September?
So what we've been doing with the quarterly meetings, because the program actually, we reduced ourselves down to about maybe less than 10 members at one particular time. So we weren't doing the newsletter, we weren't having the quarterly meetings. And so by bringing in the special guest speaker for 30 minutes during our meetings, that kind of makes up for it. But we are going to have Neil Schwartz come in and talk to us on September 12th.
Thank you for getting it back up and running.
You gonna hang out for a little while?
I am.
All right. So any other questions, feel free to reach out to Bedford. I am a member. I've been a member since 2007.
Class. That's common contracts 1, 2, and 3. And then each other additional elective is $20. So I got a couple giveaways if I can really fast. And all right, so how many credits does it take to get the RRG designation?
42.
All right, by show of hands, quick hand really fast. 42. All right, good to go. All right, and so when does the risk management committee meet? By show of hands.
Second Thursday.
All right, you in the back. So all right, I'll bring this back to you. All right, and so what is the name of the committee? Name of the committee? Risk management committee. There you go.
Give it to someone else.
Risk reduction.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bedford. Good stuff. Like I say, I'm a member. 2007, took all 40 whatever hours. So awesome. Next up, we have the panel. Erin, Smadar, and David, come on down. And our moderator, Vandana.
And everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you.
I probably have to look them up to see if they're
Hi. All right, guys. I'm going to give you a softball question. For most, this is a softball question. You're all sober? Yeah. So what's your name? Which office are you in? And how long have you been in real estate?
My name is Dave Klug. I'm in the Green Valley office. I've been in real estate. It'll be 10 years in September.
I'm Erin Patrick. I'm in the Summerlin office, and I've been in real estate for 3 years.
Smadar Angel, Green Valley office, 18 years.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Great job, you guys. See how easy that was? All right. So now today's panel is called Scoring with Your SOI, and I'm sure all of you are trying to figure out how to best use your SOI and make sure that it's paying over and over again, right? So that you can continue to get referrals from them, so on and so forth. And so these guys have done it really, really well, and so we want to make sure that we showcase them today. So tell me a little bit about your SOI. Who is in it, and is it only the people that have ever bought and sold properties from you? And how do you put them in your SOI? Tell me about that. Whoever wants to go first.
A lot of times what I'll do is I will qualify people, ask them if they have a real estate agent that, or their family member has an agent that they regularly use, or, so I try to qualify them. That way I don't have to necessarily
Closer to your mouth.
throw away marketing money, because, if you're doing stuff for your SOI, it probably is going to cost some money. Once I've qualified them, they go into the SOI, and then I letter rank them. And so letter ranking them determines how frequently they're contacted, as well as whether they're getting mailers versus just email. Again, to be cost effective. And what was the other parts of the question?
Well, I'm going to actually have you dig deeper in that, because I want to know how you letter rate them. I really like this. You're going all in. You're taking off your clothes on this one. Every single one of you. I want to hear what it is that you do. How do you letter rate them, and what does that mean?
Yeah. So you can basically A, B, and C them, or A plus, A, B, and C them. And there, D is also probably a common category. That's a delete. I've had my assistant ask me after we've closed a transaction, hey, what letter grade is this getting? And it's like, well, if you had to ask, you probably already know it's a D. So, but A pluses, those are people that are going to refer you. They're going to refer you probably frequently during the year. A's are people that will refer you. B's are people that if you feel like if you ask them to refer you, they would refer you. And then a C is just someone that you're just trying to move up to the B category. And essentially, every category, you're just trying to move up to the next category up.
And then my last question was the SOI, is it the same as your clients? And I think you answered that.
Yeah, and it's not the same as the client. I've had people come into my people that I've contacted only to find out that they were already working with an agent. Matter of fact, I have 2 people within the last 30 days that reached out to me for my SOI. One of them was over 2 years ago. He had closed with another agent. I just asked if I could just stay in touch with him. And when he closed his transaction, I followed up with him and asked him if he needed anything, vendors, that sort of thing, to make the process of moving into the home smoother. And the other one, I just met getting my hair cut, and the introduction there was her son was going to buy a house, but her son ended up already having an agent. But again, stayed in contact with them, and they reached out to me.
Nice. Okay.
May I have a question?
No, not yet. Your turn. Well, it's my turn. Just write it down, though. We'll get to it.
Well, I think are you a Buffini graduate?
Yeah, that's
okay, so all of us are
We all get the same.
yeah, so I think David really hit on the head, and this is something that I learned from Smadar and Mark when I went through the Buffini program that was taught here. If you guys have an opportunity to do it, I really do it. It will change your whole business. But yes, go in and rank your clients. A plus, A, B, C. It really, it will take a minute, but it will benefit you for the rest of your career. Those people that you're A pluses, you nurture them, do what you do best in your own business, but nurture those people, and yes, constantly want to move those people up to that A plus category.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but yes, we're going to plug Buffini because we owe him this ABC category. So I will be, with Mark's help, teaching this again in October. And we are doing, it's called a Pathway to Mastery. So it's if you have taken with me the Peak Producer, this is a shorter 8 weeks version of that. But it's, in summary, what we have done is, yes, we're taking our clients. My SOI, to your question, is everybody. I don't separate them. Anyone who come to my database, whether they came through a lead, open house, or of course a referral, is in my CRM. It's not just a sphere of influence. They are in my CRM, and they go by categories. For me, D are not necessarily the lead. They're actually people that I don't want to spam in my efforts to reconnect. But I know you have more questions on that.
Yeah,
so we'll get back to
but
that.
I know I didn't send this question to you, but you sort of teed up for it.
Yeah.
So your CRM, what are you using?
Buffini.
Okay.
I was using Perfect Storm. I didn't like it for anyone else, but I'm now using BombBomb because I just believe in video. It's just my thing.
Well, you look good on it, so.
Oh, thank you.
I use Follow Boss, and part of the reason why I use Follow Boss and moved away from Buffini was when we have a client file, we can add collaborators on it.
Don't mind me, just keep talking.
Got it. We can add collaborators on it. That's why I'm on Follow Boss.
Okay, and then how often do you contact your SOI? I'm sure based off of the lettering system, right? So, or not?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so perfect world, I think no matter how you're going to work your SOI, even if you're not doing the Buffini thing, you should probably be doing at least quarterly. But quarterly is kind of more often like your C's. And then like your B's might be, every 2 months, and your A's might be on a monthly basis. That's kind of the recommended formula.
For me, the first thing that I do in my morning is I have clients that are on my social media page, on my Facebook page. So I'm looking for new jobs. I'm looking for baby announcements. I'm looking for things like that. When I see those, I send okay. So I had a baby announcement on one of my clients, and I made a personalized onesie and I sent it to her. That's it. That was, and then it was just something like that. If they're sick, I'll Amazon Prime them something. They don't know, but it's just I know. And then so anyway, what was the second part of the question?
I only asked one
I got
question.
excited.
I don't even remember it. How often do you contact your?
Oh, okay. Well, the 1st and the 15th of the month, whether it be a direct email, or an email or a direct mail, and then really it's the personal touches of what's going on in their own lives.
So yeah, part of the Buffini system is everybody gets touched at least twice during the month. The first of the month will be a mail out piece, and then the middle of the month will be an email piece that correlate to what have been in the mail out piece. So that goes to like A+, A, B's, and C's, and then depend on the level of relationship with them. I will touch again at least once more throughout the month. I'm excessive, so, but I don't care. I work by referral. This is 100% of my business is by referral because I'm excessive. So. Extra.
Yeah. So how do you ask your SOI for referrals? Is there a script? Are you doing it every single time that you're contacting them?
So, yeah, so if you follow Buffini to the T, then it's, oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for any of your referrals. But I teach that you actually should customize it because none of us want to be a small Buffini. A lot of time I will ask my clients something simple as, can you duplicate yourself? It was amazing working with you. And I would love for you to just duplicate yourself. Can you please do me a favor? And I crack them up and I ask for referral without being in their face.
That's a great one. Can you
Yeah,
duplicate
I use that
yourself?
all the time too. And then I don't say, oh, by the way, I mean, yes, it's in the Buffini thing. I tell them, thank you for your referrals before they even give me anything because I'm just planting the seed.
Ah, look at that. I like it.
I'm
learning something new.
Pretty much the same thing because it is kind of a system. So I'll just let them know if there's, sometimes I'll even go through when I'm working with a buyer or a listing, I'll even in the presentation with kind of letting them know how I work by referral and how the industry works and how there's a lot of people, and they're probably aware, that are knocking on their door and doing that sort of thing, and that I made a commitment to work my business as much as possible by referral. So a lot of times I'll just, when I'm following up with them during the transaction, it'll be something along the lines of, if there's anyone else that could benefit from my services, I'd love the referral.
Okay. And tell us about your events or things that you do to thank your clients for the referrals or your SOI to, are you doing any client appreciation events? Are you just sending them things like you said on Amazon Prime or what? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we are doing events. We always do at least 2 events a year. We've talked about doing more, but it's a lot of work when you're trying to manage the entire business and you're probably getting calls and everything else while you're trying to throw a party. You probably can't really tell the client, oh, I'm doing the party. Well, depends on the client, I suppose. But anyways, you probably saw some of the photos. Those were from some of our client parties. The one that we're doing that we've kind of done the longest, and it's kind of our biggest event. We do about 100 pounds of meat in slow cookers, which is kind of funny just because I recently went vegan. But we're going to continue. We're going to continue to do it because it's a big hit, and we've moved it from April to October so that we can also categorize it as an Oktoberfest and bring in probably like a bigger crowd. We did it in April and it was more kind of family friendly, and we've decided to kind of go more adult friendly and family friendly. In April is the family friendly, and then the more adult marketing is going to be in October.
That's fun. How do I get on that list? I'm not vegan. So I just had my
I
very
probably won't be
first
that day either.
client appreciation party and last month, and it was a blast. I had the best time. And I rented out VIP Red Rock Bowling and provided drinks and food, and I had a photographer there, and everyone just had the best time, and my clients got to meet each other, and it was that if you learn nothing from today, do a client party, please. You will get so much business, it will make your head spin.
So is it just your past clients that show up for that, or is it?
I did past clients and anyone that was currently either selling or in the process of like looking for a house.
Okay.
Follow the thing, what I do is actually 3 parties throughout the year, and the thing is, treat them special because they're special. So your A+, the people who refer you several times during the year or throughout the time that you've known them, deserve to be special treat. So I will take them out to a specific group, and honestly it could be 10 or 12. I've done Pinot Palette, so I've taken a group and we rented a room in the back, and I specifically said I picked handpicked, each one of you, because I wanted to reward you, I wanted to appreciate you, I wanted to show you back the love that you've done to me. So they are handpicked, they know they're special, and I treat them very special. So those particular, like in the Pinot Palette, it's $45 per person for the paint and then the wine and the food and all that. But the idea behind the client party is to create the sense of community.
Hold, please.
None?
You were cut off.
The idea is to create a sense of community, and when your clients realize that they are part of something bigger than that, their transaction with you, it actually helps to grow your business. And the other party during the summer, I'll do either the client party at the bowling alley, which is more family, and then this year, actually a Saturday, we took our office and did ice cream social. So we celebrate the end of summer, beginning of school year, ice cream social at the office, because the Green Valley office just rocked. And everybody like, can this be my living room? I'm like, I want that as my living room. But it was just phenomenal. And the end of the year, it's always, November is the 3rd, it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. It's always it's an opportunity to give thanks. That's exactly what it is. In honor of Thanksgiving, this is my opportunity to give thanks to you. And I bring everyone, I give them the big Costco pie. I give them a choice, apple, pumpkin, pecan, whatever. And they come and I do a big spread. And again, it's in the spirit of the holiday, giving thanks for the business, for the referral. So, and it's for everyone. I include my lenders, I include title, I include everyone that I come in contact throughout the year. It's my opportunity to serve them back and say big thank you.
So one of the things that we're proud of when we do these agent panels is that the agents that are up here agree to be very open and honest about all of the answers that they're giving. So I'm going to throw you a hardball here, one that you're not necessarily prepared for. But on your client appreciation parties, tell me, what is the cost? So like you said, if you learn nothing else today, do a client appreciation party. What is someone looking at on price point for that?
So it really is up to you. Your budget's not going to be my budget. It's not going to be her budget. So whatever that's where you need to start. Okay, I went over budget. I will be very honest. I spent $5,400. Okay, that's what I spent.
How many people?
Well, I learned a lot from it, but it ended up. but like learn from my mistakes. Seriously, okay. It was my first, so it was supposed to be about 50 people. It was not. But it's fine because it ended up working out and everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. So anyway, that is how much I spent. It was so much fun. I would not change one thing. Well, except for my stuff. As far as make sure that, like, if you're going to do a bowling alley with Red Rock, my party was on the end of July. I had to have a head count by the beginning of July. That was crazy. So people are going to cancel. People are going to do things like that. So don't get mad when they do, because it's gonna happen.
Okay.
So the question was just
How much?
How much is
What
it?
do you spend, buddy?
We definitely do spend several thousand.
This is
on-
apparently a problem. So just go like speak really, really loud.
Really loud.
Really loud.
All right, so yeah, we do typically spend. We normally get help from our vendors though too,
Exactly.
but we probably easily do spend over 3,000 on the party.
That's including the vendor assistance
That's
or your
their
share?
assistants
I think
normally. The vendors normally giving us about 1,000.
Okay.
So yeah, so about 3,000 plus their 1,000. So that's what we're spending, and we've done the same thing. We've had photographers, we've had face painters, we've had jump houses. It all just depends on what your budget is. I've seen people in the Buffini group where they've just done something as simple as having a photographer and doing family photos for people. So obviously doing something like that's not going to cost as much. So there's a lot of options, and you can work with pretty much any budget you want.
I think it's just about doing it, right? So it's not about what you're doing, what you're spending, things like that. I mean, think about you as a consumer of somebody else's business. How do you want to be treated, right? It was so cool to see the joy of your own clients' faces and to see, oh, I did this with my house, I did this with my house, or whatever. And it's a good time to connect. And then every time they'll say, oh, I was thinking about selling my house, or I have a friend that wants to buy. They don't want to bother you, which is crazy. So whatever you're doing, if you're not doing it, just do something. Whether it's renting out a park, I looked at that. But those family photos are great, especially around the holiday time. Like, it's fantastic. I love that.
So I'm always on a budget because that's how I am, that's who I am. And I do involve my vendors and approach them. Your lenders, you give them great business all year long. Ask them, what's your marketing budget? How much can you contribute? And you'll be surprised. They will be happy. And they're not necessarily gonna plug themselves during your party. They won't. They just help you sponsor it. So the ice cream party that I just did at the office, we had about 50-some people with the kids, $300. You can do it. Please don't overthink it. Don't analyze it. The idea of do it. There are 15,000 agents about, right? How many people actually take the time to reconnect with their clients? Don't just take their business and let them go. Do something to reward them, make them feel special, make them feel that you are unique, and why choose you again, and why refer you. Because you're different and you treat people the way you would like to be treated. So that's kind of my summary. Don't look at the bottom line. You will get 10 times full, but involve your vendors. They can help.
So I know I'm not on this panel, but I'm going to speak about client appreciation party really quickly because I did something at the movie theater for the team. And that cost, we had 180 people that showed up in a 250 theater, and it cost about $5,000. So it just depends on what it is and how scaled you want it to be. That's number one. And then you can do smaller things right here. I mean, you've got the office that's available to you. You've got the YMCA. You've got other facilities that are available that you can do stuff at. Where you can educate your clients as well, right? And do something smaller. Okay, so tell me about one of the most proudest things that you do in your business to get more clients or to ask for referrals, or what is the one thing that you do, or two things, or three, whatever. Talk as long as you want. We have some time.
Okay. I think the one thing that I'm most proud of that I just started implementing probably 6 months ago, and I would suggest that you guys write this down, clientgiant.com. Jay O'Brien is the founder. He spoke at GOBAR, I believe, and it's, in a nutshell, it's different tiers of personal touches that your client is going to get throughout their transaction. So, I mean, there's a level of $350. That's where most of my things will start at, depending on the purchase or sales price of the home. And then it will go all the way up to $2,000. It is an upfront cost. If you fall out of escrow, it is fine. They will take care of you. They're a great company, and it's so cool to do it for your clients. It'll send moving boxes. It'll send like a stress kit. It's so cool. If you guys want to talk about it after, I'm happy to share, because it's probably the coolest thing that I've ever implemented in my business, and it takes out the whole, oh God, I have to get a closing gift. Let me just get this boring gift card, and like that's so basic. You're not basic, come on. Do the extras, because that is what's going to get you the endless referrals.
One thing that I've learned, and not disrespect to money, but like I said, I'm always on a budget. That's my goal. Been there, lost it all. So learn from your mistake, recuperate, and budget. So yes, you can go extra and do. Buffini teaches you one very simple. Touch your clients in ways that they don't expect. So in a way, not physically, but in a way that, yeah, as long as I was saying it,
Okay, she didn't hear that. She
What am
said
I
not
saying?
physically.
Yes. Love them, love them, love them. But the unexpected extra, that's exactly what it's all about. So we do several things. One of them is called the Popeyes. So you stop by their home with a small, it's not even, you know, a token of your appreciation, just a small item, and you can do it every month, you can do it every quarter. The idea that you stop by, out of your day, out of your busy day, you took the time to stop by their home, uninvited, and that's not the purpose. Whether they're there or not, it's not the purpose. The idea is that you thought of them, you stop by, and I do something as simple as an ice cream scooper during the summer. I will do whatever the season is, I'll try to tag my little gift, and I go to the 99-cent store, the dollar store. It's simple. The Buffini program offers you tags that goes along with those items, your little gift per se. So that's something to stop by and do with your clients. So this is an unexpected extra. That's one way that I reach out. Handwritten notes, and Mark knows about it, and this is a very much Buffini thing. When you pick up the phone and you call them, take a minute and write a handwritten note to thank them. Yes, in today's world you can automate everything. You can pay someone to do everything for you. Absolutely, and all the kudos to you if you can financially, but I think that the more we get automated, the more we get into technology, we're losing the personal touch, and people are hungry for touch. And for, again, physical, but they want
She
to
said
see
not
that you're
physical.
not physical. They want to see that you actually genuinely care, and you're not, like Janet says, you know, thumbs up, heart. You really do take a minute of your time and invest into them. So write handwritten notes, thank them for whatever it is. Let them know you think about them, and if you stop by. And lastly, what I do also, again, meet them where they're at, meaning go and have coffee with them, have lunch with them, treat them as human. Whether they're buying or selling or not ready to buy or sell, do not look at the bottom line. Do not look at a person, what am I going to get from that? On the contrary, think what a relationship can I build with that. This is what the Buffini is all about. It's about building relationship and provide top-notch customer service, whether they're your customer or not. The bottom line, if you get paid through them or not, that should not be on your mind. That will be your reward. That will be your aftershock in a way. But if you treat people the way you would like to be treated, it's so cool when, you know, I call a client, I'm like, I missed you, can we get together for coffee? And there's nothing on the table, genuinely nothing. I just want to hear how they're doing, what's new in their life. Treat them special, and they will remember that. And those referrals are coming because it's naturally. They want to acknowledge you because you acknowledge them. Give first, you will receive 10 times fold. So.
All right. So yeah, in
Do
summary.
you remember the question?
What's that?
Do you remember the question?
Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, in summary, if you give it out in slices, it'll come back in loaves. That's a Buffini line, and it's absolutely true. Just a little bit on like the Popeyes, because I do the Popeyes as well. There's going to be a lot of times you're knocking on the door and someone's not going to pick up. And so my recommendation would be to make sure you take a picture and text them the picture. And you can even go a step above and do a video and send them a video of you dropping it off on their front door too. Because again, it's about the personal touch. And so it's about you connecting to someone at a very human level. So that's really the most important part about working your SOI is doing it at a human level, so it doesn't feel like it's automated to them. Because there's a lot of, they're getting a lot of stuff in the mail, and when they look at it, they're like, this looks automated, you know, because you guys get a lot of stuff in the mail, and you can tell which ones are automated and which ones aren't. And so anyways, I mean, the consumer is very sophisticated nowadays, and so they're going to pick up on that type of stuff. Other things like we've done is like a ribbon cutting on the escrow where we've shot the video. That's a huge thing, and then you can do like big, you can theme them to where you have like stuff and props going up to the front door so that every video you do is different if you guys want to get really creative with it. And then the closing gift can be, in the kitchen when you get that far, and then sometimes you'll be able to get their testimonial right there in the kitchen or at the front door as well. So it ends up not only being a piece that they want to share, but it ends up being a really good marketing piece for you too. So, other things like we've done is just we've had transactions where things have just been tough. And so we had a transaction recently where we had like 3 referrals before it even closed escrow. And the client had some unrealistic expectations, and rather than trying to reel him in, I just took care of things. He was complaining about he wanted the house spotless, and it was a pretty clean house because it was a rehab. But we went in there and spent 2 hours making sure it was clean. And then the pool guy was supposed to come from the listing agent. He replaced the equipment, but he didn't make the pool spotless. So the day I'm handing him keys, I'm like waiting at the house for 2 hours because the pool guy is running late, and I didn't want to leave until the pool guy showed up. So again, I think it's just little things like that of just sticking around so that the client's not like, wait, what just happened here? Did he just take off without the pool being cleaned? So I think little things like that also are going to go a long way, because again, it's a human touch that the client's not going to remember. That's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember all the little things that happen in the transaction. They're just going to remember how you made them feel.
You just read my mind.
Yeah.
But it's true. But it's true.
So this is probably one of the questions that gets asked a lot in Agents of Signature. Closing gifts. What are you guys doing for closing gifts?
One of the common things we've done is, and sometimes we'll pick stuff up on clearance. So like Costco or Sam's Club at the end of December, they'll sell like a bunch of something. Like one year we bought like these things where you can make your own pizzas, and it came with like a big wooden board and everything. I'm out of those because the stuff's spoiled, so we had to rush to get rid of that stuff. But other things I picked up has been like things like cutting boards, cheese platters. So we still have some of the cheese platters. They're like emerald cheese platters, and they come with the utensils and everything. And then they're slate, and you can also write with, they come with chalk, so you can write on them with chalk. And so that's kind of a cool little thing too. If you're gonna do like the whole video thing, you can have food for them there with champagne, and like have that type of a gift out with a spread of a little bit of food and snacks. And sometimes like people will get like really into you doing a video, and they'll invite their friends and family members too. So it's a great way to just meet some of the people that are close to that person as well.
Okay, so for me, every client will get a cutting board now, for sure. But I am very social with my clients because they end up becoming, when you work by referral, obviously you want to get the same great person. So you're talking throughout the process. I really, really make notes and try to find out what they're into. And then I will, dedicate their closing gift to that. But so of course the cutting board, and then usually, when you're on a home tour, if you're representing the buyer, which one you're going to place the offer on and kind of like where it's going to go, and hopefully that it gets accepted. So I take a photo of the family in front of the house. And that just gets stored and saved. And then when we close on said house, I get there early, and I put a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses on the table, along with a framed photo of the house that they chose that day. So
That gives me goosebumps. That's awesome.
Thanks. And then I've done, other things like bring a chef to your house, and just it's really, really different for each client. But those are the ones that will always stay the same.
there's a website called Personalized Mall, and you can literally personalize anything. It's great. So from cutting board to a doormat that have their name on it, and their turnaround is about a week or so. So you know you're closing. You know halfway through the transaction you're closing. So you can do, go to their social media if that's related to them, and then steal one of their photo if you didn't get a chance to take them in front of the house, and do something creative like that. On the personalized mold, you can then upload that photo into anything. But I do the cutting board, I do the doormat, huge gift baskets with wine and goodies in there too. So kind of depends. If I know this is a fixer-upper and I know my guy is very handy, I will do Home Depot, Lowe's type of card, but with a tool or with something else, because I know where it's going. I know exactly what he needs. So why give him a gift basket or a cutting board when it doesn't fit? So try to fit your gift to your client's needs.
And if you're not that creative, then just go to Personalized Mall and
Yes,
just
they
buy
have
something.
tons of ideas.
Right. So I'm going to open this up for questions. I know you had one. Do you still have it?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though they said that, well, how do you invite your people to the SOI?
That's a great question. So what we have found works best is not only doing a piece in the mail, but doing phone calls as well, doing email as well, and sometimes even doing something like a Facebook invite or like an e-bite type thing too. You'll have to move everything over to a spreadsheet, of course, because just to keep track of things, especially when you're doing all those different ways of contacting them. But again, I don't think of it as just who's coming to the party, because we've had a lot of people we've gotten referrals from where they've never come to the party, but they're like, oh, thank you so much for thinking of us and always inviting us to the party. So don't think of it like they have to come to the party either. So you'll get referrals out of people that don't attend the party as well.
Does anybody else have a question?
My question was a little bit of how do you ask them to put them in your SOI?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
say-
so-
Do you start just sending them mails, or do you say, can I stay in contact with you?
Yeah, I ask if I can stay in contact with them. That's one good way. If you want to take it a step further, the recommendation would be, again, if you're a person that operates on a budget, then what I would do is I would actually qualify them and ask them, do you or your family members have a realtor that you guys use and refer? And then it's a yes or no question. So, they're going to answer accordingly. And then if they say no, then you say, great, I'd love to be that real estate agent. Can I stay in contact with you? And then whatever contact information you don't have, it's important to make sure you're always building that database. And so make sure you're getting addresses, phone numbers, and emails. And that's your opportunity right there to make sure you're grabbing all of that information. And heck, if you're asking them that question that day, go on Facebook and friend them the same day too.
So what I'm hearing is don't just stick them on a list and wait for them to spam you to tell you no. All right, hold on. Last question.
Okay, really quick, one comment, because I thought of what you just said. I do a survey every so often, and I do some incentives to have the survey returned, and I get a really good return rate, and so I ask them questions of what they're looking for and things like that. So that's one comment. Question for Erin. You said that the bowling alley was your first client party, right? So you've only been in business 3 years, but how did you, like someone me who's been in business a long time, who had a goal to do this every year and doesn't do it because I'm afraid, how do you just kind of transition into, okay, I'm going to do this, and how am I going to transition that to my client because they're not used to me doing that?
Okay. You forced 11 other people, but only 2 people did it. But let me ask you a question. Why are you afraid?
If they're not going to show up, they're going to show up.
I'm not even afraid of that. I am afraid. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I'm just afraid that all of a sudden one day I'm thinking about, I'm going to do this, and then do I phone them, or do I send them a note, or do I need to do, I know I need to first do something to change the way I'm going to style my business a little harder, my SOI, but it just seems like it's a change in my business plan that seems hard to communicate, I guess.
Okay, so they don't know what your business plan is. You can restructure your business every
Some do.
day. Okay,
Some do, I think.
but they're not the CEO of your business.
No.
You are.
Right.
So if you want to do, yeah.
Good, good.
So I learned something. If you want to do a client appreciation party, whether you've been in the business 10 days or 10 years, do it. Who cares? This is about appreciating your clients. It's not about, you're gonna get it tenfold. We've said it. It's really about them. It's not about you. So if you take all of the clients that you've done for the past 15 years and you break them down to A+, A, whatever, I mean, essentially I would invite all of them, but I don't know what your budget is. So depending on what you plan on doing, honestly, just do it, girl. Don't be afraid. I'm afraid every single day of my life. Just do it. You just have to.
So do you make phone calls?
What I did was I sent out actual invitations that I made on Vistaprint and said, join us, whatever. I sent them out. I started getting text messages from people, hey, I got your invite, so I knew that they got them. Then I made the phone calls, got everyone on the list, and then what I should have done, okay, was about a week before the party was call everybody and just to confirm. I did not do that, and that's where I failed. Don't fail. But
On the day of, so yes, the Evite, the actual, I go to Canva, and I create my postcard and I mail it to them as well. Follow up with phone calls. On the day of the event, you text everybody. You text, because whether they answer or not, they got your text. So no one is in a position not to get your text. You're in their mind with the address and looking forward to see you. So you just, put the finishing nail. This is it. You're coming today. I'm hoping to see you today. You again tell the time, the day, and the location, and they will respond, whether they're coming or not. So that really gives you the heads up for what it is.
Wow, oh wow, a lot of great information. Thank you, Vandana. It's great stuff. So, these guys are Buffiniites, I guess, sort of. But we have another class, or it's called Pathway to Mastery. It's going to come up in the beginning of October. We're going to start. I don't have an exact date yet, but it's an 8-week program. So keep your eyes out for that. We're going to be doing that. Hey, again, thank you so much. Awesome stuff. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I could have done for an hour more such great information. Hey, regarding client appreciation parties. So some of you know this, some of you don't, is, Signature has 2 client appreciation events per year. One's coming up in a couple months. It's the, what do you call it?
Paper and pancakes.
Paper and pancakes. It's you invite your clients and they can bring their paper to get shredded. Santa Claus is there, there's pictures, there's pancakes. It's a great event. And then we have one in the spring, a Easter egg hunt, where the Easter bunny actually showed this year. Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe he'll show again. I don't know.
Drunk bunny. He was a drunk?
No, he wasn't drunk.
He drove a Porsche?
He might drive a Porsche. All right, thank you all for attending.